Hey guys, this is Joel Brown here with the Speckled Trout Outfitters. We're going to start putting out some fly tying instructional videos and information and really hope to make this practical, make it useful, and give you flies that actually work. So today I want to show you how to tie what I've been told is to be called the bling midge. I'm sure there's probably other names for it, but I know it as the bling midge. And to tie this fly, you're going to need two different threads, which means two bobbins for that. I prefer thread 70 denier. UTC, I've got brown, olive, and black. You can really change those colors up, but you'll need those two threads. You will need a piece of small Mirage tinsel in the colors opal, and a size 18 jig hook today with a 2.5 millimeter black bead. This is a great fly. It's very versatile. I'm going to show you why. So first things first, let's go ahead and start adding thread to the hook. So traditionally I'm going to start, right behind the bead, but for the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to back it off just a hair, about 1/4 back down the shank, and apply from there. And I'm going to make clean, even, just smooth wraps back along the thread just to get it started. And before I do anything else, I'm going to cut that little tag of thread that was formed. And now I'm going to start to travel back towards the bend of the hook. And this is a very slim fly. There's really not much to it, but sometimes less is more. The beauty what that means for you is it's definitely not a difficult fly to tie, and you can crank out a bunch of these pretty quickly. And so I went down, back towards where it just starts to bend, and now I'm going to travel back to where I began my thread wraps. And with it being 70 denier, I feel like I can more accurately decide how big of a body I actually want to create. So I want to do one more lap down the back. You could also use like 140 denier, but I prefer, again, just for accuracy of size, I like a little bit thinner thread count. But like I said, anything will work. Now, this time I've made 2 trips down to the back of the hook, and I'm back up for the last one. And once I get to here, I do want to go ahead and whip finish this thread out. 1 second, I am looking for my whip finish tool. There it is. And I am going to go ahead and whip finish this thread off. It's served its purpose, and it doesn't really matter where I whip finish it. This is all going to get covered up, but I'm going to be trading out to my black thread now. Make sure that that bead is up towards the front before I add the next thread, which is going to be that black thread. Now I'm going to apply it directly behind the bead. I want to kind of seat that thing in there so that it's nice and secure, and just trying to build up a base with this black thread now. And I'll do a couple more wraps here back and forth. And then don't forget, of course, again, to cut your little tag of thread that was initiated. And now I am ready to add a piece of that opal Mirage tinsel in small. And what I like to do, as opposed to trying to wrap things like tinsel or anything that's very malleable and doesn't hold shape very well, it's not very stiff, it's easier to take it around the thread and then hold it on top and let gravity from the bobbin dangling keep it in place. So I'll hold it around the bobbin and then just pull it up securely. And then I also save tinsel because I can just pull it till I get to the end right about there and take a few secure wraps. I'm tracking back just a little bit further back now. I would say I'm looking at like, a quarter to a third down in this black thread, and I'm going to track it back up towards the top, making a clean body, building up that thorax, the front part of the fly below the bead a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. So you can see it's pretty slim. And then from here, I'm going to take these fingers and hold it down right over the top of the hook. And one little trick when you're adding material, or you want a material to sit a certain way, is the first wrap or two needs to be kind of loose, not super firm, so that it doesn't push that material, that tinsel, away to the side. So that first one's going to be kind of loose, and for the sake of how simple or how thin I want this fly to be, I'm just going to go one over the top. I'm going to pull that tinsel back and go one over the other side, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut that thread away, or that tinsel away. And now I'm really not looking for much. You can see there's just a little bit of that tinsel sticking straight in the air, but I find that when I do a whip finish, it will sit it down and lay it down on its back. Now, you could, in theory, if you want to, add some epoxy. You can get some clear finish. I prefer like thin finish, so I can really accurately put on as much as I want, and then like a UV light over the top will give it more of that Pertagon look. But I don't really find that it makes much of a difference with this fly. That would be just another step we don't necessarily need. There I did 2 whip finishes, and that's pretty much the fly. So I'll show you kind of the top, what it looks like. It's just got a little sheen to it at the top, and very simple, very sleek. The beauty of the fly, like I said earlier, is its versatility. So a few different things you could do. One, change your thread colors. I like tan. Right here I've got brown olive. You could change the top color to brown or green or whatever you want to do, any variation. And then you can also change by adding a tail, giving it maybe a bluing look or a mayfly, small mayfly, or even just a different look of a midge. You could add mayfly tails. Those really small fibers are phenomenal. They're very thin. They have a very good buggy look. You could add a few strands of pheasant tail, which I've done before, natural colored or black or anything, depending on what kind of fly you're tying. And that makes this fly really deadly. It's very, very effective in sizes, really anywhere from 20-22 as more of a midge pattern. I like that on the tailwaters. And then locally, I might throw a tail on it and tie it in an 18, make it more of kind of a mayfly attractor pattern around here, but it's proved to be very successful. And yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll keep bringing you videos as long as we can. Appreciate it.